Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another lovely edition of the Wine Review. I'm Ryan the Wine Guy, bringing you today's wine. It's going to be a 2014 Ancient Vines Zinfandel, 2014 vintage from Cline Cellars out of the Contra Costa County. It is going to be out of, I believe they are out of Sonoma, California. Looking at about 15% alcohol by volume. So this is definitely going to be a very hefty wine. Very bold. Something that you definitely would want to have with a hearty meal. And probably something that you could, if you're having a stew like we are tomorrow, we'll probably use about a cup of this. So definitely something you could use like a cup as well in a stew to sort of really bring out the flavor. So here is what the front of the bottle looks like. They make a couple Zinfandels, so you want to make sure that you are looking for the Ancient Vines. They have another one out of Lodi, California, and I believe another upper scale one as well. So be sure you're looking for the Ancient Vines, 2014. Alright, let's read a little bit about what it says. Ancient Vines Cline, family cellar since 1982. The Cline family roots run deep, and so do our century-old vines. These ancient vines, nurtured using old-world techniques, yield fewer grapes but with startling characteristic and intensity. The grapes are hand-selected and the wine is aged for 10 months in 30% new American oak. Its deep purple color precedes luscious flavors of black cherry, strawberry, and dark chocolate that will complement cuisine such as slow-cooked barbecue pork or chicken mole. Drink now or age up to 3 years. We're drinking this now. Vintage 2014, 2016 now, but remember, vintage is just when it was picked. That is the year of the grape. It does not necessarily mean that's when it was produced and bottled. So you're probably looking at least 1 year already in the bottle, maybe a year and a half, depending on when they put it in. So I say let's drink it now, although probably with the Zinfandel you could probably let a 2014 go till around 2018 or 2019. I wouldn't go much past those years. But let's start off with what's going on the nose here. First off, let's show you the glass. Very, very wow. Like you do get a nice, really good rim on there. Really good, depending on where you are looking at it. But a nice sort of like red to almost towards the middle where it becomes opaque black. So it's a very sort of rustic sort of wine. Let's start on the nose. Wow. Nose is incredible. Nose has pronounced aromas of blackberry, black pepper, although one thing that I really do find that is most sticking out at the really before even the blackberry and the black pepper is it has this sort of tobacco scent, like a fresh cigar scent. before you even light it, sort of like you just took it out of the package or somebody's showing you a cigar. So it sort of has that sort of um, aroma on it. So the blackberries, the black pepper, a sort of black currant, cassis, dark chocolate, dark cherry, definitely has a like a just this spice on it, sort of like some like you can definitely kind of smell the heat on it as well. Maybe now hints of strawberry since it's opened up a little for me. Um, very very small hint of strawberry. Might get that in the mouth more than on the nose, but definitely a very bold nose. Maybe even a little bit of leather on there as well with that tobacco. So a very, very strong, like robust nose. On the palate, wow. You definitely, you definitely feel the heat on this. Um, I think on that nose, I sort of got a little hint of cinnamon and nutmeg as well as bacon spices, and I feel that a little bit of that is coming out on the palate, um, kind of a little bit in the middle, um, in the mid palate there. Really fruit, not fruit forward. Really at the front is this spice, this really just spice dancing on your tongue. So there's that black pepper, then those bacon spices, followed by these fruits now sort of coming up at the back, blackberry, black cherry, dark cherry, hint of strawberry. Others, I would say, pretty much all berries you can think of. A hint of raspberry in there as well. Um, Light chocolate, like dark chocolate, even cocoa powder. Very, very small hint of vanilla. I feel it's more of a dark chocolate taste than a vanilla taste. But I want to say that there is still a slight little bit of vanilla in there, almost as if you're mixing the dark chocolate and vanilla together. But really, mainly that dark chocolate, you're starting to really come out along with that cocoa. Very bold wine, as well as I said at the beginning. I expected it to be very powerful. This is not a wine for wine beginners. Definitely not. I would say if you're more of a person that's more of a sort of fruity, kind of oaky, silky, somewhat sweet. Not like sweet like it has added sugar, but sweet as in the taste is like really fruity, really tastes like vanilla, like some Pinot Noirs and Merlots. If that's more what you're looking for and that's more what you drink, or that's where you're trying to start your wine career or your wine taste, I would say wait for Zinfandel until you've maybe had a cab or something more bold. Because this is just really powerful. That really just, I can still feel the heat as I'm talking. I can still taste some of the components of the spices from the sip, along with pretty much everything else. I mean, this is a wine to sip and enjoy, and really just enjoy with good food. So with that, I'm going to say, this is because I usually always do 4 and 4.5 stars. I don't really do anything in the middle because my app won't let me. Although I could always write on my app how I truly do feel. So if I were to truly give this a rating, it would be 4.3. So ideally we're going to have to say 4.5. But I don't want to quite give it a 4.5 just yet, because I feel that it does have another couple years that it could go till like 2018. So 4.3 to the 4.5 range. I mean, I'm going to obviously rate it 4.5 on my app because I can only do halves. So you know what? I guess just for the sake, let's just say 4.5. I've always done it that way. I don't want to go off track. So 4.5. That's why it's also keeping it from a 5. I feel in another couple years you could really see the characters in this wine. It already has a lot of components to it. It has somewhat of the fruit, somewhat of chocolate, and good spice. I feel that it's still trying to figure out how all to come together, though, on the palate. The nose is really great, especially with that cigar. I just love that smell. And I feel that just it's the palate just needs to sort of really learn to come together and become fully balanced. It is pretty balanced right now, but I feel that there could be a little more with some couple years of aging that could really make this a standout wine. 4.5 stars out of 5. I've been trying for some really good wines lately, giving them good reviews. So hopefully we can keep that up. And keep giving 4 to 4.5. Because you know that, and that's the thing. For me to really fully say a wine is bad, to me it's really 3. I know 3 is the middle of the road for most people, but if I give a wine a 3, it is really not a great wine. It is a wine I would say get a glass at a restaurant or have a glass at a friend's house if they serve it to you, but don't go out of your way to actually buy a bottle. 3.5 up are wines I consider good. Obviously 3.5 to 4 is good wine. 4 to 4.5 is great wines, and then 5 stars are exceptionally cream of the crop wines. So this is almost there, but it's a great wine. 4.5 out of 5. Cline Cellars, Ancient Vine, Zinfandel, 2014. Here's the bottle one more time. And again, 15% alcohol. And price-wise, very affordable. I would say $10 to $13, depending on where you are. Might be as high as 15, but definitely less than 20, and probably the least 10, the most 15 to 16 or 17. But I would really think 15 is the cutoff in most places. All right, well, again, it's always been lovely reviewing great wines with you all. I enjoy doing it. I will see you all later this week. Haven't decided which one I want to do Sunday when I do my next one, but we shall see. I'll let it be a surprise. Maybe I'll even surprise myself. Well, until next time, I'm Ryan, a Wine Guy, and cheers.